So the head scratcher is this. According to Calvinism Reformed tulip theology, God meticulously controls all things at all times. Nothing comes to pass but whatso has been decreed. He predetermined what would happen, so he wrote out a decree. Now he controls it. Here's the question. Here's the point of the whole thing. Is it possible? That's just not true. Is it possible that, for example, the sun, the moon, and the stars and all creation, for sure, were spoken into existence once, and being the perfect creator, they just do what they were told to do, or they just do what they were created to do. Some of these verses, in my opinion, certainly don't say what Calvinist Reform teach. They seem to at least say that their creation will exist exactly the way God purposed it. I know that you could go to these verses and you could make an argument that God's controlling how the sun moves and how hot it is each day. But I also think there's plenty of evidence that says God speaks sun, moon, stars into existence, creates them for his plan, his purpose, his pleasure, and they just do what they were created to do. Now, I don't want to get into a long story, but somebody commented once to me and said something to the effect of, well, you know, Colossians 1, 14, 15, 16, 17 says he's controlling things all the time. And in reply, I said, before I even thought of Calvinism, or before I wanted to be against Calvinism because I don't think it's biblical, I used to try to reason, biblically reason, through Scripture, how all things worked. And how did I go through creation? How did I think about creation? How did I think it worked? Well, I thought God is perfect. He's the perfect creator who, if he creates a horse to eat grass and a horse to have instincts, 5 senses like us, 4 senses, whatever it is, then the horse is going to perfectly work. Same thing with the human. He makes the human, but the human is the unique, the pinnacle creation, and they can make free choices. Here's an example. Might be out of context, but my covenant will I not break. Well, let's go back up here. He makes a covenant. God makes a covenant with the stars. Okay, if it's not right there, it's right down here. Aha! He's saying, I will not break my covenant with day or night. Interesting. And then he compares it, of course, to the promise in the certainty that David would have a throne and that the Israelites would be part of the line and the lineage, and there would always be ministers. And the more scripture you read, well, he speaks, and it doesn't say, then I have to control it and decide how much light it's going to give and, how it's going to. Nope. There's scripture that says it's going to be till the very end exactly the way I commanded it, covenanted, spoke it into being. Here, it rises and it sets. It's enjoying its own circuitry. It's enjoying doing what it was created to do. Okay, the smartest man who ever lived agrees. And there's more. I got a lot more, right? God does not break his statutes. Now, is a statute something different than a covenant or a decree or a command to the moon or horses? Maybe, but he keeps them. So if humans need to know he keeps his promises, okay, and then he says, you know what? Look at the stars. Look at the moon. You can build your calendars off of it. That's how much my promises will come true for humans. Now, I don't know what the overarching question is. Whoa, after the flood, everything's going to continue. It will not cease. Well, why? Because did he go on to say, because I'm going to just keep controlling it, and I'm going to occasionally, have weird tides and send some big storms and small ones and have people think global warming, and I'm going to control all that meticulously. Or did he just put stuff in motion? All of these scriptures relate, in my opinion, in some way or the other. I'll just finish scrolling them out. Then we'll go on because, again, I talked too long. So the overarching question, could God have created in a way that all things that don't have free choice, which is everything besides humans, just work the way they were born to work? Could he dive into time and, manipulate the thoughts of animals in a way that they come to the ark? Yeah, but that's animals. I don't think he does that with humans. He gives us the faculty, thought, reason, logic. He gives us an immaterial soul. He gives us the ability to choose and think. Okay, so there you go. Head scratchers abound.